Morning, fellow Ambazonians. The voice and sounds of terror as Ambazonian people in the great state of Boyo run for their life as the Cameroon terrorist forces shoot sporadically, targeting our innocent population, attacking the entire Belo from Biango right up to farmhouses where our people thought they would be safe. Today, na number 21 day for this month for June 2023. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, Mr. No Koni Lukong. I come once more with our daily podcast for bring una update, the truth, meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we as we do waka for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. My fellow country people them, would only get more details about the background of the latest victim of Cameroon terrorism, the boy where they shoot him again for inside Belo, the boy where they call in a T-boy, would learn say if he been a baba for Bamenda, where he go for come because he want go bury person way na relative where he die. So as shooting it go on for come, he no be fit she done for village for long time because he don't leave a woman and Pekin for Bamenda where he need for come feed them. Na way he come out for try for take bush road, for come out for see how if he can reach for inside Bamenda even for waka with foot. The Cameroon terrorist military them, they meet up, then catch the other three boys the way they be there together with them, they run, they don't carry execute them. Our mommy them for inside Belo, they don't carry their body, drag them go keep them for square. It leave our people them for scratch their head, for ask them say, for this 21st century, with all the killings who don't see and well like Republic du Cameroon, they do them. Are these all just matter of random killing, or are these actions being done by the Cameroon military because they are fighting Ambazonian fighters? How will they not know that these boys are unarmed civilians? The fact of the matter is that they knew that these boys were unarmed because they were all arrested before executed. T-boy was arrested, tortured. All his hands were matched with the barrel of the guns, broken all the bones of 9 of his fingers. He was in anguish before he was executed. For what reason will any human being torture an innocent civilian? This is not just a one-time incident. It is a pattern that defines the conduct of the Cameroon military in Ambazonia. Pure terrorism that targets random people amongst our community, adult male of fighting age, for annihilation, humiliation, torture, and killing. Who are those bringing in the Cameroon military in the case in Fundong, in Belo? We all know the La République du Cameroon people who claim to be mayors, senators, or elected officials that were not elected are the people who invited the Cameroon military, and they did not hide their identity. It is no other person but Ngong Denis Awo, who have repeatedly called on the Cameroon military to come to Fundong and to come and help fight the so-called Ambazonian forces. These are the people who handpicked the particular areas where the Cameroon terrorist military will attack. They are not hiding their face. They are around our community. For everybody in Fundong, Belo, you know the truth. You know the people that the Cameroon military are fighting to keep in Fundong. They are fighting to make space for our Denis Ngong, who claimed to be the mayor that was never elected by anybody in Boyo. That is just the truth of the matter. Occupation and control or subjugation of any territory is predicated by this administrative control. That is why our people must know our primary enemy are the soldiers that pull the trigger and those who collaborate with them in their military actions. Our Denis have not only invited the Cameroon military, but have directed the Cameroon military's action on the ground. He is part and parcel of the war effort. And for anybody in Ambazonia or in Com who would go and stand along the Cameroon military in any so-called 11 February, 20th May, or in any capacity, after seeing all this barbarism, how do you consider yourself to be seen by the victims of Cameroon terrorism? How do you expect any person who considers himself the traditional ruler of these victims of the people of Com to invite the same Cameroon terrorist military to come and guard their palace? We cannot ignore the barbarism, the terrorism of the Cameroon military. They don't go after the Ambazonian armed combatants and fighters and forces. They specifically target our innocent civilians. They arrest them, they torture them, they execute them. Blatant war crimes. During war, we must be serious. I have always told our people, we must fight and stop the impunity of La République du Cameroon with every force we have. As I talk, lion wey sorry cow go die hungry. A pikin and sesep go chubby. We must choose whether it will be na the cow or be na the lion. We no fit spare the Cameroon military where they kill our people. We cannot spare them. And anybody who collaborates with the Cameroon military to invite them, to direct their actions, becomes part and parcel of the Cameroon military. So anybody, whether you are a chief or whether you are a so-called parliamentarian, whatever you call your name, so long as there is evidence that you have invited the Cameroon military, collaborated with their military offensive, we should never sorry you. And when our soldiers, as I speak like this, Blicky of the TTA, have arrested delegates, people who were inviting the same Cameroon military in Guy. He has 7 of them in their custody. And what is he asking for? Is money. Is money. Can money buy the life of our people? No be any money we will chop them. No be any type of money we will supposed to touch them. Blood money. Are we serious to fight this war? Are we really serious? Because if we were serious, Cameroon would never be in our midst. Sometimes it is because of the politicization of our struggle that have disoriented our soldiers and make our people confused. The promotion of false flag operations or false choices where we become enemies to our own people and have excessive, that our people are confused between La République du Cameroon and our people. Our soldiers should be disciplined and focus on their mission and forget about politics. Fight the enemy. Show no mercy to the enemy. No joy for the wicked. But be very good to our own people. Look at our people who are suffering, who are being killed. We must treat them with respect and love. We must not have excessive. We must not kidnap. We must not input on our people any more pain than they already are. But we must be fierce against the enemy. The enemy's job is to confuse our people, not to identify themselves and hide behind our various community so that we fight ourselves and take away our strength to wage war. We must be wise. In next door, Babanki, our forces have spoken and they have provided for our people the evidence when we say they are the black legs, the collaborators that enables Cameroon. We know that Cameroon will kill our people even without black legs, even without collaborators. But war beside those who act as the collaborators and as the black legs. I'll play the excerpt of the audio of the phone of Babanki, von Benjamin, that have been released by our forces in Babanki.
Je l'avais loudé à Boya, Code Boya 1, Code Boya 2. Le verify. Ayo que l'avait look it la true also, and verify Pangai, il avait look it too long. Verify. Tandi, reporter Jandam. maybe. Okay.
When I don't hear how that phone for people who they talk, I go interpret when I always way talk. It talks away. All headquarters for people who the one that they do for outside all over Cameroon, the one that they inside village. Make them begin looking for their quarters and respectively where they.
So as our forces then explain them and interpret them, as we then verify them, multiple interpretation, it confirms say that chief for Babanki, it recruit their quarter head them, they give them order. Say me then do it, me then work at track Ambazonian fighters. Now they work for chief for track fighters. Now they work for chief for identify who be fighters for an enemy during a period of war. Now they work for military. They have become an arm of the Cameroon military, and there should be no mercy to anybody who have betrayed our country and worked with the enemy. Those who have been killed in Babanki are as a direct result of the actions of this Fon and his collaborators. And the treatment for people like this is the capital punishment to its maximum. That Fon is gone. He is gone. And I don't explain that for our forces them. Say, make them understand, say, Nassau La Republic, they work. Of course, our quarter head, the way they stay with we, they need to work with La Republic. Now, then the hell we for give this information for we, and we must protect them and not allow these terrorists, enablers, these collaborators, them, me them mask themselves behind this our quarter head. Because I don't talk with plenty quarter head them for inside Big Babanki. The one the way they be against the chief, na way they don't catch and kill him. The one the way they listen for the chief. Or they need to block the number for that chief. It is forbidden in Babanki for anybody to have communication again with this chief. I have informed the Takambungs who have repeatedly called the chief to intervene, to advise, to consult, to immediately block the number of the chief of Babanki. When I not forget, say the chief of Babanki, it inherited a throne for his brother. When the people for Babanki kill him. Why? Because he goes sell land for Ndawara. So the same law it go apply for you and for anybody in Ambazonia. If you identify Ambazonian soldier, you pass quarter them or area the way Ambazonian soldier then they, you go be responsible for the death of the innocent people, because when they still like Republic, they are terrorism. They need to come for them for can find the Ambazonian fighters. They come for them for can kill members of our communities. We see them every day. Because Cameroon it come for can kill community. Whether the black leg they talk say na fighter they for here or not, it just give them that moral authority for do it way they want for do them. And we cannot fight a war with people like this. So if you dey inside Ambazonia, you want to leave, do not have collaboration with the Cameroon terrorist military in the face of a war where they are slaughtering our people day in, day out. We must have zero mercy. And not say our struggle was so that they don't confuse. But inside their heart, they have the light within them. And they should use that light thoroughly. For any Ambazonian who is a chief, who is a quarter head, who is a civilian, whatever you are, listen to my voice. Have no business with the Cameroon military. No matter what you have done, even if you are an enabler, let's say because of money or one thing or the other, you find yourself in the Cameroon government or whatsoever, do not associate yourself with the Cameroon military, because there is a war going on. There is a war going on. Do not be deceived about their propaganda of normalcy and whatsoever, or our campaign for diplomacy, because this war is for a political objective. But there is a war going on. And during war, our soldiers must do the right thing. They must act, because if you don't kill, we will be killed. There is no mercy, and there shall be no mercy until the war is over. And for those way they don't see this war like political game, and so that the way they don't see this war like place where can make their money, who don't lost sense because of the past. When I get a slack, because our people they don't realize themselves. Now all we would not realize the mafia the way be the player. Say even as we fight the ghost, we fight for free our country. Some people then they way now posturing and all those type of game that they go on. It need to stop, and we need to focus for fight the war. We need to be guided by our reality. We don't try all kind of things for 7 years, but now we know it's the way to work. The job for a soldier, now for fight. Now for fight. We don't see from Biame how our population, they don't be happy for see how our soldier then welcome their chief. So that the enemy is vexed with the chief, they will kill that chief. We need to emulate things the way it be good and abandon things the way it be wrong. When we see something it be good, make some man no can talk say I no go support them because say no be my group. Make we stop this unnecessary competition and focus on agreed sound principles. The idea says on one man go can the way go command Ambazonia or you go control Ambazonia, even forces them. All those adventure they need to stop because it will never happen. In Ambazonia, we know for sure these forces under General Virus, right from the time where I began rescue RK. I remember our engagement, I struggle for bringing, he said no Capo, and no one did me for any group. And no one did me for any group. Till today, they still stand like that. And that is the future of our struggle. There have been no way we can change this formula. Our forces should and must operate individually, identify right principle and associate themselves with those right principles and do the right thing. The rest of the things will fall in place. Those who collect money in the diaspora to support forces should support the forces based on priorities on actions on the ground and encourage collaboration. The possibility for us to win this war like Kabila won the war in Congo does not exist. We must be realistic with our chances and maximize our ability to win the enemy by stopping all games in the face of genocide. We know that every force belongs to their commanders, and only the general in those forces have command and control. Any other person will have influence based on your patriotism and the interests of our people. And that is how it should be. Yesterday, Uransi said the other group way they try to imitate ADF, the APLC, they ran come out also. They want also to make the same claim with ADF they make them. The same claim with many people that don't make them. For the try for talk saying, I'm a group this at the control or group them. Then you begin to take information for other group that they fight for put your name there. Brand them. Now the key way of our branding. Now the key way we all fight now for the same thing. Yesterday they ran come outside, said they want to put their own tax. They call another liberation levy. Then the ADF, the Makola Ayabacho, he supported them because no be a communal group. Ayabacho is supported and now they come out they talk say, hey, una dan come, una the one bring liberation levy. Una dan go cash na our thing. We be talk say liberation tax. Would we fight now ourselves or would we fight now against La Republic? If the egg of seed that make some policy way fine, if another group copy them, wait to be the problem. When you do some fighting, no be say another people that go copy them. When you start self-defense, no be me say all man go do them, it go fine for you, you go be happy. If truly you be fighting now for Ambazonia, no be you go be happy. So we need to stop all this useless competition and focus on the enemy. When I be even introduce this issue for tax, there was fighting inside, then fight until they can't catch Kamwata head. Then I push them, they agree them, put my name for the like stamp. But now good thing so I support them and it's supposed to go that way. Now the right thing for our soldiers and for do every group where they control any area need to develop a transparent way for get resources where you know go be excessive. We need to agree on that one so that make it be proper, it be well coordinated amongst the soldiers themselves. So which way the APSC the talk now the right thing. Then the people then where they be shout against the ADF say whoa now that bring liberation tax. We no want me support come off me any leadership come off for diaspora. Their mob they run shut up because now another person way they do them. So what have you been? We have been motivated wrongly. If we be doing so before fee say it go hell we would say at the end of the day we end up fight ourselves, give the enemy the advantage. We must be fair. We must be guided by principle, not groups. Rightness is righteous. Wrongness is wrong. And each time we do not follow principles, we undermine our effort or the effort of others that eventually undermines our own interests and the interests of our country. Or we will get now only one village. We'll get now only one country, one territory, one Ambazonia. Make all we focus for fight the enemy. Whether you are leading or not will come natural. Whether you are most influential or not will come natural. Nobody should be so obsessed about being a leader, being the dominant one, so much that you lost sense and start undermining yourself. Even the Americans have come and advised our people. There is no way the international community will deal with somebody on the ground, or we can have political leadership on the ground. It is just natural. So if you're on the ground, as I heard the other ones on the ground, they are trying to organize a town hall. How can you be a soldier carrying a gun? You are now trying to debate about political issues. It will never work. It's just common sense. Focus to fight the war. Focus to speak for yourself. But when it comes to politics, are you even competent? You should know that even patriots make mistakes. Manwe ino. Look at Thomas, Sama Thomas. These are the real Ambazonian fighters that we used to have on the ground who are in the diaspora. In his zeal, the same Sama Thomas come at one time and ask our soldiers to go and kill every Chinese body, any Chinese person on the ground. I know he comes from a good place. He's trying to do the good thing. But that of our zeal sometimes, without measurement, you should know where you belong. Do you know the damage those type of things have caused? Calling on soldiers to shoot humanitarian flight. I'm not bringing these examples to bring him down or anything. I just want to show you that don't play politics when you are a soldier. It will never work. My brother in Amber Newsline the other day, you came out, you are talking about our people should go and kill even Francophone. We don't mind about human rights. The same day, the next day you come out and you are crying that our people are being killed. La Republic is violating human rights. So how do you think that some of those international communities that reach out to some of us to defend Ambazonia or to listen to what happens to Ambazonia because they know that we are credible by the virtue of the fact that we are outside like a drone or like a satellite, can easily relay information better than what anybody can do on ground zero. I'm just pointing out our shortcomings so that we adjust ourselves. Everybody, including myself, have their shortcomings. I shall play the role I play. Tomorrow when somebody is playing that role better, I must be able to support that person. Because freedom is the most important thing that we are fighting for. We must keep down interests, special interests, group interests, individual interests, ego, and lift up what is effective. Best practices, adopt them to be able to win. Because the mothers of those children who have been slaughtered in Ambazonia that we cried for are looking for justice. And the mothers of the other children that are still alive, we must protect them for future Cameroon terrorism and free ourselves from this subjugation system that have been imposed upon our people as a result of the stupidity of our past ancestors that has brought us into La République du Cameroon control. It has been very difficult for us to engage the international community and the human rights researchers to focus even on the atrocities of La République du Cameroon because of our own past excessive. But we will continue to do the job because our people deserve our service and our sacrifices. So I call on all Ambazonians to be patriotic and put Ambazonian first. Put the interests of our people first before any other thing. God bless you all. Capo Daniel, signing out, looking out for you.